All right. And somebody may join us during your time period, but we'll just shoot this way. So head coach John Gross, the Gamecocks will start the season at Tennessee State this weekend. So coach, just thoughts on your team now that you've had a couple weeks of practice heading into this season.
Well, it's good to be play in the game week. I think we're ready to play somebody else besides practice against ourselves. So it's been good camp so far. Just looking forward to getting into the season and going to Tennessee State this weekend and play. And just coming out of fall, just felt like we had a good starting point for us where we were as a football team coming into this spring camp. So and it's a little different still to be saying that spring camp, spring season. So it's been different, but it's been good.
So, your team is one of the ones that got to play the fall games, as you mentioned. Where do you think your team's made the biggest progress, either from back when they came to campus in August or September, or maybe from when you ended the season in November to now? Is there an area or two where you've really shown some growth?
Well, I mean, I think we grew as a football team, through the pandemic and getting shut down in spring ball last year, and then, navigating through the summer and come back in the fall and, riding the roller coaster if we were playing, not playing, and end up getting to play 4 games. So we learned a lot about our football team, and I think it really just, brought our team together and really got everybody on the same page and just excited about playing. And I think that's what we've taken into the spring season is, that this chemistry that we had in the fall, which was really good, and just kind of building on that as we get ready to play a game.
And you had some players, I know at Media Day we had Trey Berry, who was hurt last year, and then he came back and he had a really good fall, but now he should probably be healthy. So you've probably had some players maybe they wouldn't have been available in the fall, who are now healthy to play in the spring. How does that sort of shake out now that you're having this second season of 2020?
Does it kind of weighs itself out? I think, we got some guys that had to have, surgeries after the fall season, so we lost a couple guys and we got a couple guys back like you're talking about. So as of right now, we're pretty healthy, but, like I said, it's kind of give and take. You got a couple back and you lost a couple. And I think that's the difficulty of playing, 3 seasons in a year is you're always going to have some, postseason surgeries that you're not going to get back immediately. So, and we'll have, every team's going to have some of those, coming out of this spring season that you're going to have a hard time getting back before, the fall season gets back on us, soon.
How hard is it to scout an opponent? Some teams haven't played for a year and a half. Some people may have played in the fall, but like we said, they're injured. You may not even know who's on the roster, really. So how do you go into a game to prepare?
Yeah, it's very difficult. I think getting this first week under our belt, it'll be a lot easier. You'll have some relevant game tape. So, you don't know, like you said, who's on, even the roster of who they got player wise. And your tape is year and a half going on 2 years old. Trying to scout that's not very helpful. And I think, everybody kind of knows our football team. We played 4 games in the fall that they got and can look at. But I think the value of us getting to play is still an advantage for our football team, just, knowing our team and getting those games under our belt. So it's after this first week, everybody will have game tape, but it's really hard, breaking down Tennessee State. You're looking at that tape and it's a year and a half old and you're going, is this guy going to be on the roster? Is this guy going to be on the roster? And, what they're going to do schematically as well.
So I set you up to ask you that. Is there any takeaways you can take from Tennessee State? And maybe it's not specifics on players, but how do you know they've played over the years and what to expect on Sunday?
You always know they're going to be sound and well coached and they're going to play hard. And, they always a talented football team. So it's a few of those guys that were like, oh, I'm glad that guy's gone and I'm glad this guy's gone. So, but they always kind of restock it. They have good talent pool and coach does a good job with recruiting and his guys are going to be physical and get after you. So we're looking for a great game this weekend.
Last question, and then we'll let you go. Of course, we say the term spring, but it's not really spring. It's been like in the 20s and the teens here in Nashville this week. So it's supposed to warm up for your game on Sunday and be in the 40s. But just, how, I don't know if weather has impacted you and now a slow start to get out to these first February games.
Well, we've been fortunate. We've been able to get out just about every day, so it's been good to get out on the field and hadn't had to go inside. So it's been a great thing as far as preparing our team and getting them ready. We've had our share of bad days and good days as far as weather wise. I mean, we've had some days that have been in the 70s, and we've had some days it's been in the low 30s. So like today we go out, it may not get above freezing today. So it's one of those days where you just got to buckle up and go and get after it, because if we were playing today or tomorrow, it'd be you'd have to play in it. And I see Nashville weather, yeah, it's gonna warm up in the 40s, but it's going about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, which will make it a lot cooler than what it actually is.
You might think you're playing in Charleston, Illinois instead of Nashville. So, Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck this week, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.